Hi, I'm Mark Olives, and today I'd like to tell you why you should warm up to improve your exercise compliance. Now, I'm not going to talk about the typical reason why you would warm up, and that would be to prevent injury. Certainly that's one component of it, because if you do get injured, you're not going to keep exercising, and that's going to kill your exercise compliance. It is important to warm up before you do an activity. I will tell you, however, you do not want to do static stretching before an activity. The reason for that is when you do static stretching, so let's say you're going to go run and you're doing the old lean against the wall to stretch out your calf, and then you're putting your leg up on something and leaning forward to stretch out the hamstring. When you're doing a static hold and stretch activity, what you're doing is you're stretching a cold muscle, which is never a good idea. Stretching a cold muscle is like stretching cold silly putty. When you go to pull it, it snaps. That's not what we want to do to the tissue. So it's dangerous, for one, to stretch. Number two, what you have to remember is that when you're stretching statically like that, what you're doing is you're stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is the part of your nervous system that causes relaxation. Your sympathetic, which is the opposite, causes excitement, causes the fight or flight response, causes blood to be diverted out to the muscles. That parasympathetic response is the exact opposite. You're moving blood away from the muscles. You're not prepared to exercise. You're not prepared to go. And so consequently, you are weaker and you're liable to get an injury. So, no stretching before you go. But we do want to warm up. So how are we going to do that? What you want to do is just do some light exercise. So do some squats, do some lunges, raise up and down on your tiptoes. Maybe if you're going to go jogging or running, go at a very light pace. Maybe you start out walking, gradually get going faster, break into a slow jog, and then accelerate. That would be much more desirable. But the whole reason for this video that I wanted to get to was there's a whole nother reason why you want to go slow, and that's because the first few minutes of exercise, if you just start out running or doing the elliptical or doing a bike ride or swim, and you start out very quickly, when you start exercising, what you're doing is you're utilizing your body in an anaerobic phase. Now what that is your body stores energy in the muscles, and when it needs to go, it needs to start exercising immediately, it just uses that energy that's already in storage. But because it needs that immediate effect, you're not able to utilize the long-term energy supply chain, which involves oxygen. So you're working anaerobically or without oxygen. In this state, what's going to happen is you're going to build up a lot of waste product in the muscle. That's going to cause irritation. Consequently, you're going to get more pain in the muscle. It's going to put more stress on the heart at first because you're having to pump more blood because the body's saying, oh my God, we've got to get going. We've got to flush stuff out. We've got to try and get oxygen in. So you're much more stressed at the beginning of exercise, and what that's going to do is create a painful situation. Those first few minutes of exercise, if you just start out full bore, you're going to be sitting there going, oh my God, I just don't have it today. Jesus, I think I should quit. Man, I'm dying here. So I tell people, if you do that day after day after day, what's going to happen is you're going to negatively reinforce exercise more than it's already negatively reinforced. Exercise usually isn't fun. And if you make it miserable, you're really reducing your odds of continuing to engage in this activity. So I tell people, it's better for your heart and also better for your compliance if you start slowly. If you start slowly, what that's going to allow for is an opportunity for your body to slowly build up, get the anaerobic situation under control to where you transition to the aerobic phase. Under the aerobic phase, now we're bringing in oxygen and things work much better. You can also think of this as a second wind, that all of a sudden things are feeling better and you think, I got this. I don't feel bad after all. I can keep going. So I tell people, start slow, work your way up. In another video, I'll tell you why it's important to cool down. So I hope this provides you some help and keeps you exercising. Good luck. Thanks.